When people criticize Star Trek Voyager, they often attack its episodic storytelling, that its narrative structure is eroded by the overused plot reset button. However, episodes like Hope and Fear disprove this overarching criticism of this wonderful show. With clear links back to Scorpion, The Gift, Message in a Bottle, and Hunters, this episode is the culmination of the season in a way that only Enterprise and DS9 gets praised for by the end of their seasons. Hope and Fear explores if Seven has embraced her humanity and the trajectory of her story as a victim, healing, rediscovering her humanity. The episode links this character study with the hopes of the Voyager crew as they decrypt the message they received from Starfleet in Hunters. It replays the conflict between Janeway and Seven that they shared in the brig in the episode The Gift, but this time moves that conflict into astrometrics.
Your attempts to assimilate this drone will fail. You can alter our physiology, but you cannot change our nature. We are Borg.
I've met Borg who were freed from the collective. It wasn't easy for them to accept their individuality, but in time they did. You're no different. Granted, you were assimilated at a very young age, and your transition may be more difficult, but it will happen.
If it does happen, we will become fully human.
Yes, I hope so.
We will be autonomous.
That's what individuality is all about.
If at that time we choose to return to the collective, will you permit it?
I don't think you'll want to do that.
You would deny us the choice. As you deny us now, you have imprisoned us in the name of humanity. Yet you will not grant us your most cherished human right, to choose our own fate. Captain, I will not be going with you to the Alpha Quadrant.
I can understand your reluctance. It's been hard enough dealing with a crew of 150 individual humans. The prospect of an entire planet must be overwhelming.
I simply do not wish to live among humans.
Well, whether you like it or not, you're one of us. You've come a long way from that drone who stepped out of a Borg alcove 9 months ago. Don't turn your back on humanity now.
I may have come a long way, but not in the direction you think. You've attempted to influence my development. You exposed me to your culture, your ideals. You hope to shape me in your own image. But you have failed.
I won't argue that you turned out differently than I expected. And that we often have conflicting points of view. But right now, this crew needs your expertise. Abandon them and you diminish their chances of getting home.
Irrelevant.
We've given you a lot, Seven. It's time you gave something in return.
I have, on many occasions. Now I refuse.
Instead of obstinate strength, Janeway sees Seven's vulnerability, her fear, masked by that stubborn, combative approach. The character work between the two is remarkable and propels Seven into the rest of the series as a full-fledged member of the crew. And the parallelism of this scene with the one in The Gift just shows how skillfully this series is written.
This isn't about your independence or your superiority. This is about your fear. You're not making this choice because you've outgrown humanity. I think you're afraid to go back to Earth.
But the most interesting full circle moment is in Janeway's final confrontation with Arcturus. He blames Janeway for the assimilation of his people because she selfishly allied with the Borg to defeat Species 8472, a move that was in the interest of Voyager, but not those who needed the Borg to lose their conflict. Again, Janeway's breach of the Prime Directive, involving herself in other cultures' affairs, has dire consequences, proving the wisdom of the directive. However, It's hard to imagine another choice that she could have made in Scorpion. Whether Janeway is guilty of Arcturus' people's destruction or not, Hope and Fear is immensely satisfying because it examines the development of Seven and the fallout of Janeway's quadrant-defining decisions from Scorpion. And this is why Voyager. Oh, and guys, isn't the Dauntless cool? I remember being obsessed with it as a kid. It's so sleek and clean, and the effect of the slipstream glowing like a green sheath across the hull still holds up today, and I love it.